The Alchemist, a 5-part retelling part. The shepherd's dream in the rolling hills of Andalusia, Spain. A young shepherd named Santiago tends his flock of sheep. He loves the freedom of the pastoral life, traveling from village to village, sleeping under the stars, and reading books during quiet moments. Santiago is content with his simple existence, finding joy in the changing seasons and the companionship of his sheep. One night, while sleeping in an abandoned church with a giant sycamore tree growing through its roof, Santiago experiences a vivid, recurring dream. In this dream, a child takes him to the Egyptian pyramids and tells him he will find a great treasure there. The dream is so powerful and persistent that it begins to consume his thoughts. Troubled by the mystery of his dream, Santiago seeks answers from a fortune teller in the nearby town of Tarifa. The old gypsy woman listens intently to his description and declares that dreams about children always tell the truth. She insists that he must go to Egypt to find his treasure, asking only for 1/10 of what he discovers as payment. Santiago is skeptical but intrigued. As he contemplates this strange advice, he encounters a mysterious old man reading in the town square. The man introduces himself as Melchizedek, the king of Salem, and speaks of personal legends, the path that everyone is destined to follow to achieve their dreams. He tells Santiago that when someone truly desires something, the entire universe conspires to help them achieve it. The old king explains that Santiago's personal legend is to find the treasure at the pyramids. He offers to help Santiago begin his journey in exchange for 1/10 of his flock. Though hesitant to give up his comfortable life, Santiago feels an irresistible pull toward adventure and discovery. He makes the difficult decision to sell his sheep and begin the journey toward his destiny. Part 2. Lessons in a foreign land. Santiago crosses the Strait of Gibraltar and arrives in Tangier, Morocco. The bustling markets, unfamiliar language, and exotic sights overwhelm the young shepherd. Almost immediately, his inexperience shows when he trusts the wrong person and loses all his money to a thief in the crowded marketplace. Stranded and penniless in a foreign country, Santiago faces his first major test. He could return home defeated, or he could find a way to continue his journey. Choosing resilience, he finds work with a crystal merchant whose shop has seen better days. The merchant is kind but resigned to a life of routine and declining business. Santiago brings fresh energy and new ideas to the crystal shop. He suggests cleaning the dusty crystals to make them sparkle, attracting more customers. He proposes serving tea in crystal glasses to create a unique experience for visitors. His enthusiasm and innovative thinking gradually transform the struggling business into a thriving enterprise. Working in the crystal shop teaches Santiago valuable lessons about patience, hard work, and the power of positive thinking. The merchant, initially resistant to change, begins to appreciate Santiago's fresh perspective. However, Santiago notices that the merchant dreams of making a pilgrimage to Mecca but never takes action, always finding excuses to postpone his journey. After nearly a year of successful work, Santiago has earned enough money to buy a new flock of sheep and return to his old life. Standing at this crossroads, he must choose between the security of the familiar and the uncertainty of pursuing his dream. The crystal merchant's unfulfilled dreams serve as a warning of what happens when people abandon their personal legends. Santiago realizes that he would regret not pursuing his treasure for the rest of his life. He makes the brave decision to join a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert toward Egypt, leaving behind the safety of his work at the crystal shop to continue his quest for the treasure at the pyramids. Part 3. Desert Wisdom. Caravan journey across the vast Sahara Desert opens Santiago's eyes to a world of wonder and danger. Among the diverse group of travelers, he meets an Englishman who is searching for a legendary alchemist capable of turning base metals into gold. The Englishman carries numerous books about alchemy and spends his time studying ancient texts and chemical formulas. As they travel together, Santiago and the Englishman discover they are both seeking transformation, though through different means. The Englishman believes knowledge comes from books and scholarly study, while Santiago learns through direct experience and observation. Their friendship teaches both men that there are many paths to wisdom. The desert itself becomes Santiago's greatest teacher. He learns to read the signs of nature, the flight patterns of birds, the direction of the wind, the subtle changes in the sand. The desert speaks to those who know how to listen, revealing secrets about life, death, and the interconnectedness of all things. When the caravan reaches the Al-Faim oasis, they discover it's a place of refuge and peace in the harsh desert landscape. The oasis provides water, food, and shelter, but it also brings unexpected complications. Tribal wars in the region force the caravan to stop for an extended period, creating both opportunity and danger. At the oasis, Santiago experiences love for the first time when he meets Fatima, a beautiful desert woman who comes to the well each day to draw water. Their connection is immediate and profound, transcending language and cultural barriers. Fatima understands Santiago's quest and encourages him to pursue his personal legend, even though it means he must leave her behind. Santiago faces an agonizing choice between love and destiny. Fatima's wisdom helps him understand that true love doesn't prevent someone from pursuing their dreams but supports them in that pursuit. She promises to wait for his return, understanding that he must complete his journey to become the man he's meant to be. Part 4. The Alchemist's teachings at the oasis. Santiago finally meets the mysterious alchemist that the Englishman has been seeking. The alchemist is not what either of them expected. Instead of being surrounded by books and laboratory equipment, he's a simple man who understands the language of the desert and the secrets of nature. The alchemist recognizes Santiago's potential and agrees to guide him on the final portion of his journey to the pyramids. However, he warns that the path ahead will test Santiago's courage, faith, and understanding of the world's hidden truths. The alchemist becomes Santiago's mentor, teaching him profound lessons about life, fear, and the nature of transformation. Through their travels together, the alchemist shows Santiago that alchemy is not just about turning metal into gold, but about personal transformation and spiritual growth. He explains that when people pursue their personal legends with complete faith and determination, they align themselves with the soul of the world, the universal force that connects all living things. The alchemist teaches Santiago to communicate with the elements of nature. In a remarkable demonstration of this connection, Santiago learns to become one with the wind, convincing it to help them escape from a dangerous situation with hostile tribesmen. This experience shows Santiago that he possesses powers he never imagined, abilities that come from understanding his place in the greater cosmos. As they approach the pyramids, the alchemist reveals his final lesson. The treasure Santiago seeks may not be what he expects, but the journey itself has already transformed him into someone capable of achieving anything he desires. The experiences, wisdom, and self-knowledge gained along the way are treasures more valuable than gold or jewels. The alchemist leaves Santiago at the pyramids, knowing that the young man must complete the final stage of his quest alone. Santiago stands before the ancient monuments, understanding that he has already found the greatest treasure of all, the knowledge of his own capabilities and the courage to pursue his dreams against odds. Part V. The treasure within. Standing alone at the pyramids under the starlit Egyptian sky, Santiago begins to dig where his dream indicated he would find treasure. He digs throughout the night, but finds nothing except sand and stone. As dawn approaches, exhaustion and doubt begin to creep into his mind, making him question whether his long journey has been in vain. Suddenly, Santiago is confronted by a group of refugees fleeing tribal wars. They mock his quest and beat him, taking what little money he has left. In a moment of cruel irony, their leader tells Santiago about his own recurring dream, a dream about finding treasure buried near a sycamore tree in an abandoned church in Spain, the very place where Santiago's journey began. This revelation strikes Santiago like lightning. He realizes that the treasure he has been seeking across continents and through countless hardships has been waiting for him at home all along. The pyramids were not his destination, but rather the catalyst that would teach him to recognize the treasure that was always within his reach. Santiago returns to Spain, transformed by his incredible journey. He is no longer the simple shepherd who once tended sheep in these hills. He has become a man of wisdom, courage, and deep understanding of life's mysteries. The experiences he gained, the love he found, the friendships he forged, and the self-knowledge he acquired are treasures beyond measure. At the abandoned church where his journey began, Santiago digs beneath the sycamore tree and discovers a chest filled with Spanish gold coins, precious stones, and golden artifacts. The treasure is real and substantial, but Santiago understands that its true value lies not in its material worth but in what he had to become to find it. With his treasure secured, Santiago fulfills his promise to return to Fatima. He travels back across the desert to the oasis, where she has been waiting faithfully for his return. Their reunion is joyful and complete, representing the perfect balance between pursuing one's dreams and finding true love. Santiago's story concludes with the understanding that everyone possesses their own personal legend, their own path to fulfillment and happiness. The treasure we seek is often closer than we imagine, but we must have the courage to embark on the journey of self-discovery to recognize it. The universe indeed conspires to help those who pursue their dreams with unwavering faith and determination. The Alchemist's final wisdom echoes through Santiago's transformed life. When we follow our hearts and pursue our personal legends, we not only find our own treasure but inspire others to seek theirs as well. Santiago's journey from shepherd to seeker to sage demonstrates that the greatest adventures are not just about reaching a destination, but about who we become along the way. Love this summary? Hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more book wisdom. Let me know what book to cover next in the comments.